This is KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning, we have new body camera footage from a deadly shootout on Interstate 5 last week. We'll walk you through what happened, plus how the video helped a jury decide that the troopers' actions were justified. Plus,
I think it has been unacceptable, I think, to everybody that we don't have this very important accountability tool.
That tool he's talking about are body cameras. The city of Portland and the police union reaching an agreement on the use of body cameras. What we know about the program and when it should launch, that's coming up.
And we are also live this morning right here at the Portland Art Museum in downtown Portland, where students' artwork is on display that says they choose love. Yes, it does. They choose love on this Friday morning as you choose the Sunrise Show, a show full of art. We'll have more from the Art Museum coming up a little bit later this half hour.
I choose the weekend. How about that? We are so close. Happy Friday, everybody.
That's the easiest choice you ever made, by the way.
It's the choice I make every time at on this day. But good morning, everybody. I'm getting a little tongue-tied.
Sorry.
It's been a long week.
You guys are a bit giddy this morning, aren't you? All right, here's radar. We have a pretty good weekend coming up. Yesterday, remember, we had the rain because of warm air that was moving in. The last big chunk of moisture is this one down here moving east across eastern Marion County and Lynn County, and we'll eventually get out of here. There are a few specks of rain up around Longview and Astoria. I'm sticking with my forecast today of cloudy skies, a shower chance, but really most of the time when you're out and about, you will find dry weather. And temperatures are comfortable. That warmer air is now in place. 47 degrees out at the airport. We'll be 54 degrees at noon. We'll get up to about 60 at 5 p.m. Our Futurecast model does like a little push of some scattered showers later today into this evening. But overall, I think you'll find it to be a nice Friday. The weekend forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Our top story this morning, Portland police officers will soon be wearing body cameras. The city and the police union announced that agreement just last night.
So the two sides have been negotiating, we know, for months on this, but reached an impasse in those negotiations back in February. Devin Haskins is joining us for more on this agreement. So Devin, what we know so far is actually not a lot.
Yeah, right. The very few details were released last night, and really the city only saying a deal was reached and that it was a top priority for the mayor. This has been an ongoing topic for roughly a decade. When that impasse was reached, though, back in February, one of the big sticking points was when officers could review the footage. Officers want to review the footage before writing a report, even on major incidents like a deadly shooting. But the city wanted some restrictions with stricter rules for those deadly incidents. Portland is the last major city that does not have body cameras for its officers. We caught up with the president of the Portland Police Association about the deal. And while he couldn't release any details, he did say the community should feel happy with the agreement.
We heard from the community. We understand what the concerns were. We also understand that our officers want to make sure they have a chance to navigate their world in a way that they can be held accountable, but also have the information they need. And so I think the community's concerns were reached, were met, were heard.
He also said when the program does get up and running, officers with the FIT team and Central Precinct will wear the cameras first. It'll be a 60-day pilot program, and the hope is to have the program fully operational by the end of summer. We do hope to learn more later today.
Thank you, Devin. Well, this week, an investigation illustrated how useful body cam footage can be. What you're looking at here is newly released video of a deadly shootout along I-5 near Salem earlier this month.
This is the video that helped a grand jury decide that the Oregon State Troopers' use of force that day, deadly force, was absolutely justified. KGW's Catherine Cook took a closer look at this footage along with a criminal justice expert.
This is dashcam video from a witness. You can see 31-year-old Felipe Amezcua Monzo running into traffic on I-5 near Salem. He points a gun at the driver of this white car and tries to get in. Then he fires a shot at another driver. Now, let's switch to dashcam video captured by Oregon State Trooper Andrew Tuttle. You can see the suspect crossing the interstate as Trooper Tuttle pulls up. The suspect runs onto the grass shoulder as Trooper Tuttle commands him to get down. Trooper Tuttle's body cam video shows what happens next. He commands the suspect to get on the ground before the suspect fires first.
He's got a gun. Get on the ground now! Hey!
Here's what the exchange looked like from Tuttle's dash cam. You can see the suspect's bullets hitting the water as Trooper Tuttle runs back up to his car. The suspect and Trooper continue to exchange gunfire for several seconds. Eventually, Tuttle hits Amesco Monzo, shooting him 6 times. He died on scene. Investigators say Tuttle may have been grazed by a bullet.
Shots fired, 12:99. I was hit by something.
While Tuttle waits for backup, a man pulls over and runs up to help. He identifies himself as a retired Pierce County Sheriff's deputy.
He's still moving. I was hit by something. I don't know what.
Tuttle gave the retired deputy his second weapon, and they wait together for backup.
Certainly the situational awareness that this officer displayed during this harrowing encounter is truly amazing.
Dr. Keith Taylor is a professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York City. He watched the video in this case.
I hope that helps the general public understand the difficulties that officers face when they put on that uniform.
From his perspective, Taylor believes Trooper Tuttle did what had to be done, given Amesco Monzo's actions.
Certainly, he didn't listen to the lawful orders of the officer to drop the weapon and instead responded with bullets.
This is the gun investigators recovered from Amesco Monzo. It had a blue laser sight and light. Tuttle says the suspect aimed it at his head during the shootout. Ultimately, the grand jury ruled Tuttle's use of force was justified since Amesco Monzo didn't listen to verbal warnings while using deadly force. Things they know because of this video.
The body cam is an indispensable form of evidence. The more body cams, the better.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
A new study found Portland police deployed unsafe levels of tear gas during the racial justice protests back in 2020. After George Floyd's murder, thousands of protesters hit the streets day after day, and things got heated between demonstrators and police. The research firm Forensic Architecture specifically focused on the night of June 2nd. It estimated how much tear gas was deployed then. Its modeling found instances where it was thousands of times higher than safe levels.
The Federal Health and Safety Administration considers that 2 milligrams per meter cubed is immediately dangerous to life or health, a threshold known to the PPB according to their own documents.
The firm says the highest recorded concentration of tear gas was more than 2,000 times that limit. Portland police won't comment on the study because of pending litigation, but the city did settle another lawsuit over the use of tear gas. In that case, protesters received $250,000.
All right, before we get to Rod Hill and your weekend forecast, take a look at this. That is not Mr. Hill.
It looks like Mr. Hill.
That is not Rodney. This is a live look inside the Portland Art Museum, downtown Portland, of course, where a lot is happening there this month. For starters, this is a look at the Oscar Howe exhibit. He's a Native American artist. Dakota Modern Art, the name of this work that we're looking at, I believe, right there, or perhaps that was the work we looked at a moment ago. Either way, we know this much for sure. Portland students' artwork is on display all this month, so we'll have a look at that as well coming up a little bit later in this half hour.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, absolutely. Nice and colorful.
I thought that first image we showed was a person, and I'm like standing by maybe to talk to us, and it was a painting.
You thought the alien-looking figure was a person?
That didn't move.
Have you seen my neighbors?
For a moment?
No, just kidding, my neighbors.
It has been a long week, huh?
Well, my eyes are maybe. Well, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a look at our satellite picture. We have rain that's starting to move out of our area, the last few chunks of it. But notice a lot of clouds just spilling in today. So overall, the forecast is cloudy. We're going to continue a chance that you'll feel a raindrop or see a shower. But the bigger message is still the one that says mainly dry weather when you're out and about today. Just not going to see a ton of moisture around. That includes the coast and also eventually up into the Cascades. Snow levels today will be between about 4,500 feet and 5,000 feet. So it would be like a raindrop at Government Camp, for example. Not expecting any travel issues. You can see Salem, Portland, Longview over into Tillamook. Mainly dry weather. Here's Futurecast. Shows a pretty quiet start to our day, 9 o'clock this morning, and then we'll go to 5 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know if this is overdone. I can't really find a reason to believe there's a big push of shower activity later today. And if we would see a push of some showers later today into this evening, it would be scattered light stuff. And then this is mainly dry weather tomorrow morning, mainly dry weather during the day on Saturday. Here's a shower picking up overnight. And then here we are Sunday morning with some rain shower activity on the radar. That front that we're tracking was coming in Sunday afternoon. Here's 5 p.m. Looks pretty quiet. Now that front is coming in Sunday overnight. This is that batch of rain with it into Monday morning. So all of that just means we're not going to see a lot of sun this weekend, more clouds than anything, an ongoing shower chance, but just lots of dry time with some comfortable temperatures and overall light winds. We are comfortable out the door this morning. Good morning, Salem, 48 degrees, 5 degrees cooler up in Kelso, but still 43. Out in the Gorge, the Dow's 44. Salem today, light winds, upper 50s expected. Maybe somebody just gets to 60 for a high today. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's the 7-day. So 60 today, 64 tomorrow, 59 Sunday. Again, Sunday's looking like some showers, but not much rain either. I don't really expect anything widespread at this point until we get into Sunday night, into Monday morning when that next front comes in. And then Tuesday still looks to be the kickoff day to our first stretch of sunny, warm weather that could lead to 70s for the first time this year. 65, 70, 75 degrees on Thursday. How about that? How about that?
That is fantastic, sir.